Harry Brown, when you get a script like that, what do you look for and what made you accept that part?
I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to know exactly what it is that draws you to a project. But it varies. Sometimes it's just that you haven't had a job for a while and you need to work. And sometimes it's that it's different from anything else you've done. And sometimes it's that it's going to be filming somewhere near someone you love and you'd like to see them. In this case, it was a mixture of lots of things. But first and foremost, I mean, I've tried to operate cynically in this business, and it doesn't work. For me, it doesn't work anyway. I wish it did. I've tried to sort of, do jobs which I don't think are where the script isn't very good, in the hope that it's going to somehow get me somewhere, and it never does. And so it does, it doesn't work for me. Kind of doing something that I don't, really think is worth it. And it always, in order for something to be worth it, it has to always start with the script. And the script for this movie was really gripping and interesting and kind of exciting and odd, and the central conceit of this guy that was this old age pensioner that was also this asthmatic old age pensioner that also happens to be a sort of killing machine, was, works as an idea. And but I was also nervous about it because it felt like in some ways it could have descended into cliche in the sense that it's a cop drama and of the kind that we see a lot on every channel of television every night of the week, and you didn't want it to kind of, it had to elevate itself above that. There's a world that we're kind of familiar with as viewers of entertainment. And then, so I was interested in the script. I thought it was a gripping idea, but I thought there was potential for it to kind of descend into cliche a little bit. And then I met the director, Daniel Barber, and saw a short film that he made called The Tonto Woman, which was nominated for an Oscar a few years before and was based on an Elmore Leonard short story, and was absolutely brilliant, about this tattooed woman, a woman who got captured by an Indian tribe in the Wild West and had her face tattooed, and a sort of love story, epic sort of Western, also a love story, which is brilliantly directed. And when Daniel spoke about the script, he talked about it in terms, he was likening it to a Western, and he saw the great similarities and used the Western as a sort of a starting point for his ideas about how to sort of enter the world of the film. And I thought that was really interesting, and I liked the idea of my character, of playing the kind of the Tommy Lee Jones character, the sort of sheriff in this Western, and if I was the sheriff, to have Michael Caine as the person I was pursuing, or the vigilante in this strange Western that we were in, was sort of excellent. And I realized on meeting Daniel that he was definitely the person to elevate this material above and beyond what it was on the page, and give it some kind of new life, and that I think he really managed it. I think there's something very epic about the film, and kind of grand and fatalistic, and and really well done. And so that was very interesting. And then obviously it would have had to have been pretty terrible for me to have passed up the opportunity for doing a few scenes with Michael Caine. So that was a huge pull, and also it was set in London, and I hadn't done a film in London for a long time, and all my family are there, apart from my husband and my children, but my mum and dad and everything were there, and I wanted to be near them and near my dad, who was ailing at the time and had since died, sadly. But so that was a huge draw as well, to just be able to work while I was at home and near my parents.